Welcome to Euphoria Channel.
Cult warnings, entry barriers. This is not for everyone. In fact, it's not for most people. If you want balance, this isn't for you. We optimize for excellence, not comfort. If you seek quick fixes, exit now. This requires long-term commitment. If you fear discipline, you're not ready. We embrace what others avoid. If you need motivation, leave immediately. We build systems that work without feelings. If you value average, you're in the wrong place. We engineer the top 1%. Only those ready for transformation should continue. Still here? Then you've already done the hardest thing most people avoid. You chose discomfort on purpose. Before and after. The performance identity transformation. Before, the civilian mindset reacts emotionally to setbacks and challenges. Inconsistent output based on mood and motivation. Chases outcomes instead of perfecting process. Motivation-dependent performance. Makes excuses instead of adjustments. Celebrates feelings over results. After, the elite mindset. Operates by protocols regardless of emotional state. Emotionally sovereign under pressure. System focused with outcome detachment. Discipline-driven performance. Takes responsibility for all results. Measures progress through data. This transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's engineered through deliberate practice. You became immune to manipulation. Now you become unbreakable. Most people live at 30% of their potential. They accept mediocrity as normal. They confuse effort with results. They think peak performance is reserved for genetic freaks or the naturally gifted. They're wrong. Excellence isn't a talent, it's an engineering problem. Performance isn't a gift, it's a system. The top 1% aren't chosen, they're designed. Welcome to the laboratory where average people become exceptional. Close your eyes and imagine, what would your life look like if you operated at your absolute peak every single day? What is performance engineering? Performance engineering is the systematic design and optimization of human capability to achieve maximum output across all domains of life. This isn't self-help. This is applied science. This isn't motivation. This is mathematics. This isn't inspiration. This is installation. The Performance Stack Foundation. Layer 1. Mindset. Foundation. Mental models that drive decision-making. Belief systems that support or sabotage performance. Identity frameworks that determine behavior patterns. Cognitive protocols for consistent execution. Everything else builds on this foundation. Get the mindset wrong, and no amount of tactics will save you. Elite versus civilian thinking patterns. Civilian thinking. I'll try my best. It depends on how I feel. I hope this works. I don't have enough time. I'll start tomorrow. Elite thinking. I will execute the protocol. My emotions are data, not drivers. I will measure and optimize. I will engineer the time. I start now. The language you use programs your reality. Elite performers speak a different language because they live in a different reality. The performance versus outcome paradigm. Most people focus on outcomes they can't control. Making a certain amount of money, getting specific recognition, achieving particular results, meeting external expectations. Elite performers focus on performance they can control. Quality of daily execution, adherence to proven protocols, consistency of effort application, precision of skill development. When you control performance, outcomes become inevitable. Discipline is the infrastructure of freedom. Elite rule number 1. The science of excellence, how elite performance works. Behind every elite performer is a graveyard of past versions. Versions that hesitated, that quit, that waited for permission. You don't need motivation. You need a funeral for who you used to be. The competence hierarchy. Level 1, unconscious incompetence. Don't know what you don't know. Random efforts with unpredictable results. Blame external factors for poor performance. No systematic approach to improvement. Level 2, conscious incompetence. Aware of gaps but lack systems to close them. Sporadic efforts with inconsistent results. Understand principles but struggle with application. Beginning to track but not optimize. Level 3, conscious competence. Deliberate execution of proven protocols. Consistent results through systematic effort, data-driven optimization and adjustment. Performance independent of emotional state. Level 4, unconscious competence. Excellence becomes automatic and effortless. Systems run themselves with minimal conscious effort. Continuous optimization without forced discipline. Teaching and replicating excellence in others. Most people never reach level 3. Elite performers live at level 4. The performance equation. Elite performance equals skill times system times state times consistency squared. Skill, technical competence in specific domains. System, protocols and processes that ensure execution. State, optimal mental, physical, and emotional condition. Consistency, the multiplier that separates elite from amateur. Notice that consistency is squared. This isn't accidental. Consistency compounds exponentially. The optimization mindset. Traditional mindset. Fix what's broken. Optimization mindset. Improve what's working. Elite performers don't wait for problems. They continuously optimize systems that are already functioning. The optimization process. Measure current performance. Establish baseline metrics. Identify bottlenecks. Find the limiting factors. Design interventions. Create targeted improvements. Test systematically. Implement and measure changes. Iterate rapidly. Continuous refinement cycles. Optimization is not a destination, it's a way of operating. Mental models of elite performers. Model 1, the protocol mindset. Civilian approach, I'll do my best and see what happens. Elite approach, I will execute protocol X with 95% adherence. Protocol thinking means specific actions defined in advance, measurable execution standards, clear success, failure criteria, systematic improvement mechanisms. Example, protocol. Morning excellence routine. 5 a.m. Wake, no snooze, no exceptions. 10 minutes. Meditation, specific technique. 20 minutes. Physical activation, defined exercises. 30 minutes. Deep work, predetermined priority task. Performance score, track execution percentage. Protocols eliminate decision fatigue and ensure consistency regardless of motivation levels. Model 2, the systems thinking framework. Linear thinking, a causes B systems thinking. Everything affects everything through feedback loops. Elite performers understand that. Small changes compound into massive results. Bottlenecks determine overall system performance. Feedback loops create either virtuous or vicious cycles. Optimization requires holistic perspective. Systems thinking questions. What inputs create the outputs I want? Where are the leverage points in this system? What feedback loops am I creating? How do different elements interact? Model 3, the identity-based performance model. Goal-based. I want to achieve X identity-based. I am the type of person who does X. Identity shapes behavior more powerfully than goals. Civilian identity. I'm trying to get fit. Elite identity. I am an athlete who happens to work in business. Identity installation process. Define the elite identity. Who do you need to become? Identify elite behaviors. What would that person do daily? Execute evidence collection. Prove the identity through actions. Reinforce through repetition. Make the identity undeniable. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your identity. Model 4. The continuous calibration mindset. Fixed mindset. This is how I am. Growth mindset. I can improve. Calibration mindset. I continuously optimize based on data. Elite performers treat themselves as experiments. Hypothesis. This intervention will improve performance. To test. Implement the change with measurement data. Collect objective performance metrics. Analysis. Determine what works and what doesn't. Iteration. Modify approach based on results. Your life becomes a laboratory for excellence. The performance tracking revolution. Why measurement drives excellence. What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets optimized. What gets optimized gets mastered. Civilian approach. Subjective feeling-based assessment. Elite approach. Objective data-driven optimization. The elite measurement framework. Layer 1. Input metrics. What you control. Protocol adherence percentages. Time allocation accuracy. Energy management scores. Skill, practice hours. Layer 2. Process metrics. How you execute. Quality ratings for key activities. Consistency streaks and patterns. Improvement rates over time. System efficiency measures. Layer 3. Output metrics. What you produce. Objective performance results, goal achievement rates, impact and value creation, competitive positioning. Layer 4. Meta metrics. How you improve. Learning velocity, adaptation speed, innovation frequency, teaching effectiveness. Elite performers track leading indicators, not just lagging ones. The daily excellence audit. Every evening, rate yourself 1 to 10 on physical excellence, energy management, physical conditioning, recovery optimization, nutritional precision, mental excellence, focus quality, learning output, decision clarity, emotional regulation, system excellence, protocol adherence, time optimization, priority execution, continuous improvement. Installing the Elite Operating System, Phase 1, Mindset Archaeology, Week 1 to 2. Civilian programming must be identified and replaced. Limiting belief audit. List all thoughts that justify mediocrity. Identify emotional patterns that sabotage performance. Document excuses and rationalizations. Map trigger situations for suboptimal behavior. Elite belief installation. I am capable of extraordinary performance. Systems and discipline create freedom. Discomfort is the currency of growth. Excellence is my minimum standard. You cannot install elite programming over civilian programming. The old system must be deleted first. Phase 2, Protocol Development, Week 3 to 4. Create your first performance protocols. Morning protocol, exact wake time, same every day. Physical activation sequence, mental preparation routine, priority task execution. Evening protocol, daily performance review, next day preparation. Recovery optimization system, maintenance. Weekly protocol, performance data analysis, system optimization review, protocol refinement, strategic planning session. Protocols are the bridge between intention and results. Phase 3, Measurement Integration, Week 5 to 6. Install tracking systems for daily protocol adherence, weekly performance scores, monthly trend analysis, quarterly system upgrades, measurement tools, performance tracking app or spreadsheet, daily scorecard system, weekly review template, monthly optimization session. If you're not measuring, you're not serious about excellence. Phase 4, Optimization cycles, Week 7 to 8. Begin systematic improvement. Identify lowest performing metrics. Design targeted interventions. Test changes systematically. Implement successful modifications. Optimization frequency, daily, micro adjustments to execution. Weekly, protocol refinements. Monthly, system overhauls. Quarterly, complete redesign. Elite performers never stop optimizing. The emotional sovereignty protocol separating feelings from performance. Civilian approach, I don't feel like doing this today. Elite approach, my feelings are irrelevant to protocol execution. Emotional sovereignty means emotions provide data, not commands. Performance is independent of emotional state. Protocols execute regardless of feelings. Discipline transcends motivation. The state management system, state categories, peak, state, high energy and focus, optimal performance window, maximum capability access, flow, state potential, neutral state, steady baseline energy, reliable execution ability, standard protocol adherence, sustainable operation mode, suboptimal state, low energy or negative emotions, reduced capability access, modified protocol execution, recovery and maintenance focus. Elite performers have protocols for every state. State optimization techniques, physical state changes, breathing protocols for energy regulation, movement patterns for state activation, posture adjustments for confidence, cold exposure for mental clarity. Mental state changes, visualization for performance preparation, affirmations for identity reinforcement, meditation for emotional regulation, focus techniques for attention control. Environmental state changes, music for energy modulation, lighting for circadian optimization, temperature for alertness, space, design for performance support. Your state is not random, it's engineered. Elite decision-making protocols. The decision hierarchy. Level 1, protocol decisions already predetermined through system design. No conscious decision required, automatic execution based on triggers. Examples, wake time, workout routine, work schedule. Level 2, framework decisions. Use predetermined criteria and filters. Quick evaluation against established standards. Minimal cognitive load required. Examples, meeting acceptance, resource allocation. Level 3, strategic decisions. Require deep analysis and consideration. Long-term impact on goals and systems, reserved for high-stakes choices. Examples, career moves, major investments. Elite performers minimize Level 3 decisions by creating more Level 1 protocols. The 10 to 10 to 10 performance filter. Before any significant decision, ask, how will I feel about this in 10 minutes? How will I feel about this in 10 months? How will I feel about this in 10 years? Elite decisions optimize for long-term performance, not short-term comfort. Decision fatigue, elimination. Civilians make hundreds of micro decisions daily. Elite performers eliminate decisions through standardized routines and protocols, predetermined choices for recurring situations, batch processing of similar decisions, delegation of non-critical choices. Decision fatigue is a performance killer. eliminate it through systematization. The continuous improvement engine, the Buddha loop for performance. Observe, collect performance data and feedback. Orient, analyze patterns and identify opportunities. Decide, choose optimization interventions. Act, implement changes and measure results. Rapid Buddha loops create competitive advantage. The weekly performance review. Questions for systematic improvement. Performance analysis. What worked exceptionally well this week? What underperformed relative to standards? Which systems need immediate optimization? What patterns emerge from the data? System optimization. Which protocols need refinement? What new systems should be tested? Where are the current bottlenecks? How can efficiency be improved? Strategic alignment. Are current activities aligned with long-term goals? What should be eliminated or added? Where is energy being wasted? What would 10x performance look like? Weekly reviews prevent drift and ensure continuous optimization. The monthly system upgrade. Every month, elite performers. Completely audit all systems and protocols. Identify major improvement opportunities. Test new methodologies and approaches. Upgrade tools and tracking mechanisms. 12 upgrades from now, you won't recognize yourself. Building your performance environment. Environmental design principles. Your environment shapes your performance more than willpower. Optimization areas. Physical environment. Workspace designed for maximum productivity. Home environment that supports protocols. Elimination of performance sabotaging elements. Addition of performance-enhancing cues. Digital environment. Apps and tools that support tracking and optimization. Information flows that enhance rather than distract. Automation of routine tasks and decisions. Digital minimalism for focus protection. Social environment. Relationships that support and challenge excellence. Mentors and peers who model elite performance. Accountability systems and support structures. Elimination of energy-draining relationships. Design your environment to make elite performance inevitable. The Performance Sanctuary. Create a dedicated space for daily protocol execution, performance planning and review, skill development and practice, recovery and optimization. Sanctuary characteristics. Zero distractions or interruptions. All tools and resources immediately accessible. Environmental conditions optimized for performance. Psychological association with excellence. Elite performers have sacred spaces dedicated to their craft. Your Performance Mindset Action Plan, Week 1 to 2, Foundation Installation. Daily practices. Morning mindset activation, 10 minutes of elite identity reinforcement. Evening performance review, rate your day 1 to 10 across key domains. Limiting belief identification. Document 1, civilian thought pattern daily. Elite language practice, replace civilian words with performance terminology. Weekly practices. Complete limiting belief audit. Design first morning protocol. Set up basic tracking system. Choose 3 key performance metrics. Week 3 to 4, protocol development, system creation. Finalize morning and evening protocols. Create weekly performance review template. Install measurement tools and dashboards. Begin consistency tracking. Skill development. Practice emotional regulation techniques. Learn basic optimization methodologies. Study elite performer case studies. Develop personal performance philosophy. Week 5 to 6, measurement integration. Data collection. Track all protocol adherence percentages. Measure key performance indicators daily. Analyze weekly patterns and trends. Document optimization opportunities. System refinement. Adjust protocols based on early data. Eliminate friction points in execution. Add missing elements to tracking. Optimize timing and sequencing. Week 7 to 8. Optimization cycles. Continuous improvement. Implement first major system optimization. Test new performance enhancement techniques. Refine measurement and tracking systems. Plan next-level capability development. Advanced integration. Connect individual protocols into unified system. Develop emergency protocols for suboptimal states. Create accountability and support structures. Design environment for maximum performance support. 3 focuses for life transformation. Install elite mindset. Build performance protocols. Optimize continuously. Your turn. What civilian mindset pattern is your biggest performance limiter? In the comments, share the one belief or behavior you're ready to engineer out of your system. Your commitment might inspire someone else's transformation. The philosophy of engineered excellence beyond natural talent. The myth of natural talent is the enemy of systematic excellence. Elite performers understand that greatness isn't born, it's built. Nature provides the raw materials, basic intelligence and physical capacity, fundamental temperament and inclinations, initial interests and affinities. Engineering creates the performance. Systematic skill development, optimized protocols and systems, continuous improvement methodologies, performance-focused environment design. Talent determines your starting point. Engineering determines your destination. The discipline paradox. Civilians believe discipline restricts freedom. Elite performers know discipline creates freedom. Discipline provides freedom from emotional volatility, freedom from external dependencies, freedom from performance anxiety, freedom from mediocrity's limitations. Discipline is the infrastructure of freedom. When you control your actions, you control your results. When you control your results, you control your life. The 1% philosophy. Elite performance isn't about perfection, it's about optimization. The 1% philosophy. Daily, 1% improvements compound into 37x annual growth. Small optimizations create massive competitive advantages. Consistency beats intensity over time. Systems trump motivation in all circumstances. You don't need to be 100% better than everyone else. You need to be 1% better every day. The compound effect of excellence. Elite performers understand that excellence compounds exponentially. Early investments in systems pay dividends for years. Small performance gaps become massive advantages over time. Systematic improvement is unstoppable. The gap between elite and average isn't visible daily, it's undeniable annually. Welcome to the elite. If you've made it this far and implemented these protocols, you're no longer civilian. You've installed the foundation of elite performance. You understand that excellence is engineered, not accidental. You know that discipline creates freedom, not restriction. The same systems that make you immune to manipulation now make you unstoppable. But mindset is just the foundation. In our next episode, we optimize your biological platform, the hardware that runs all these mental software upgrades. The civilian body can't support elite performance. Time to upgrade your machine. Subscribe if you're committed to the engineering of excellence. Skip if you're satisfied with average. Remember, the 1% aren't chosen, they're designed. You are becoming what you engineer. Daily protocol. I am an elite performer. I execute protocols regardless of emotional state. Excellence is my minimum standard. Repeat this until civilian thinking becomes impossible. The transformation accelerates from here.